Hello and welcome to this week's Sunday sermon. I am at my house. It is currently Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day if you are happen to watch this on the day it is released. And if it's not, hey, congrats, Mommy's Day, good stuff. But I'm in Kentucky right now visiting my mother, and one of the things that me and my mom have a very special relationship. She's not like other mothers where when the TV is on and there's like sports on, she's like, "I'll turn that off. I'd rather do something else." No, she's probably screaming louder at the Steelers than even me and my old man. So we get into conversations about the Steelers schedule while we're here, and we're just I have a very cool and I don't know, different relationship with my mother than I think most people do. So I enjoy spending time with her, and I also enjoy spending time with my brand new-ish, but still wonderful wife. How are you doing today?
I'm good.
I'm actually going to have her share a couple of thoughts that have been on her mind with this being Mother's Day. We just want to give a shout out to all the mothers, and hopefully one day this beautiful woman right next to me will be a mother that will bring honor and is kind of the woman that we're going to be talking about today. So this is my wife, Lori.
I did have a dream that I was a mom.
Oh, you did, yeah.
So that's cool. Maybe someday God will bless us with children. But I was just thinking about our moms and just how much they do and sacrifice for us. And that just really spoke to me, and I shared it with Dom. And so he was like, share these thoughts with the teens. And we're not going to make this really long because we want you guys to have the day to spend with your moms. You would have already spent the day with your moms.
Yeah.
But this week is actually going to be a little different, and Dom's going to tell you more about that here in a second. But the thought that I had when thinking about my mom today was how much moms do behind the scenes and don't really get credit for, unless it's a day like today.
Yeah.
Days like today, once a year, sometimes on their birthdays too, so sometimes a couple times a year, we kind of stop and recognize just how much our moms mean to us and do for what they do for us. And but there's so much that they do that I really don't even know because I'm not a mom yet, but I can relate some with having younger siblings. Just how much you do, if you're a mom watching, if you're a mom of one of our teens, how much you do or how much your mom does behind the scenes without a lot of recognition. Things like we never have to take for granted that we're going to have a good meal or have clean clothes to wear or, have the things that we need in our rooms or in our homes. And they just do so much. Cleaning and cooking and caring and loving and countless nights being up all night with a crying kid. And they give so much and aren't always rewarded for it right away. And so the thought came into my mind that moms just really what they do is they just give and give and give just out of pure love and just in hopes for a great and prosperous future for their children. And that's their reward in the future. And so everything that they do is done to help us be prepared to be adults, to have prosperous lives, to thrive, and, to get through school and to accomplish our hopes and dreams. And that's really what they love to do for their children. And it reminded me of a verse. Actually, there's a lot of different verses. I'm going to just give you a little challenge this week to just look up the word reward in the Bible. Because there's a lot of different references, but I'm just actually going to read two. And the first one is in Matthew 6. And I'm going to kind of, the whole passage right here is really good, but I'm not going to read the whole thing to you, but I am going to read verse 1. And that says, "Examine your motives to make sure you're not showing off when you do your good deeds, only to be admired by others. Otherwise, you will lose the reward of your heavenly Father." So pretty much what Jesus is saying is make sure you're checking your motives and you're not just doing things and doing good and helping other people so that you can feel good about yourself and be praised. Um, so, so that you can be exalted above, and get all these grand comments. And, so we've been challenging you, and we don't want you to do that, so that you can put it on social media and just get all the comments of how wonderful of a person you are and build your own ego. And that's pretty much what Jesus is telling them here, is that don't do good to get the praise right now. Otherwise, you will lose the reward of your heavenly Father. And then I'm going to skip down to verse 4, and it says, give secretly, and your Father who sees all you do will reward you openly. So what it's saying is, do good just out of love for people, do good out of love for God, do good and not to get praise, public praise now, but do it so that later on in the future, God will reward you openly. And I really think that that is just the whole embodiment of a mom.
Yeah.
Is that they do all this good in secret that nobody knows about for their children and for their husbands and for their families and for others. And they do all of this and they don't get a lot of recognition. But their recognition is going to be later on in the future. And God's going to reward them. I think there's going to be a special reward for moms and their sacrificial love. And so he says that to everyone. And there's a whole lot of other verses, but Colossians 3:23 and 24 also says, whatever you do, work heartily as for the Lord and not for men, knowing that from the Lord you will receive the inheritance as your reward. You are serving the Lord Christ. And so I just think that we can take our mom's examples to do good for others. Show them love, show them kindness, be sacrificial, not to get reward right now, but to get reward from God later on, to yearn for that reward when we get to heaven someday and our Father says, well done. And I think that he rewards us here on earth too in different ways, but let him be the one that rewards us and not just seek out men's praise. And I really think that that's what moms do. So I'm so thankful that I have such a loving, godly mother who does that, who has loved me sacrificially and just given me that example. And I want to do that for others, not just my children, but for you guys as teens. We want to do that for you and just serve you even without the recognition and the rewards right now. And I hope that you will also pay that forward to your friends and your siblings and just anybody in our community and our town. Just do good even if it's not seen publicly.
Yeah. And I kind of want to piggyback off that for a little bit. And I think everything that you said is 100% correct, in that a lot of times when moms are having Mother's Day or things of that nature, maybe a birthday, we let them know definitely. It's like, oh, Mom, we really appreciate you. But it's like, 360 days of the year, it's just mom, 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 mommy, mommy. And it's just give, and they give so much of themselves. Can you pull up that picture again? There was one of the ones I caught on there. And so they're constantly giving of themselves, and sometimes when we are giving and or maybe we're like serving or doing all these things, it's easy to kind of like get tired or just be like, man, is it really worth it? And so one of the ones I caught over her shoulder is Galatians 6:9. It says, and let us not grow weary of doing good, for it is the due season, for in a due season we will reap, and we do not give up. Don't give up on doing good things. We've been doing these challenges, and it has just been one of those things where it's been blessing us, and hopefully it's been blessing you guys. And don't grow weary of it, and don't get tired of doing those things in secret. Let moms be kind of the example that we need to give for like other people. We need to be, blessing other people in a way, and don't expect a thank you every time, or don't expect a grand reward, but do good for the sake of doing good, and for just kind of be an example of Christ-like love to others. I think that's what's really important, and I think that whenever I see the sacrifices that my mother has made are the kind of sacrifices I'd like to make for my children, and I'm willing to bet Lori would make for hers as well. So with all that in mind, I do want to say we are actually not doing 3 challenges this week. I'm going to challenge you guys to do one thing, and this one's going to be a fun one. I want to have a Zoom call sometime on this coming Wednesday. I want us all to get together. I feel like there's still a lot of separation between us all, and I just kind of want us to hear each other's voices, hang out with each other for a little bit, maybe play some games over a Zoom call. So, if you have Zoom, we're going to set up a time. I'm thinking Wednesday at 5:30, and we'll go for an hour. We're not going to go too long. I'm saying from 5:30 to 6:30 probably, and we're just going to hang out, call. We'll have a couple of games prepared. If you don't have Zoom, get it. If you have to download the app off onto your phone, or maybe download the app onto your computer. But I just want to get as many people as I can together. Let's just kind of have a fun teen group this coming Wednesday.
Yeah.
So do you have any other closing thoughts?
No, I don't think so. You guys have been rocking the challenges, but we just wanted to kind of give you a break this week. But still, I guess my one thought would be is still, even though it's not a challenge for a prize, still look for ways to bless people this week. If you need ideas, go back through the past challenges and just challenge yourself to do some of them. Remember that we don't do this for the reward. Mm-hmm. So even though you're not getting put in the official drawing to get a big prize, your reward is from your Father in heaven. So you're still going to be rewarded for, reaching out to friends and loved ones and just being kind and loving. And
I'll give a shout out to my dog, by the way. Come here, Wally.
There's Wally.
All right, keep going. I just wanted to, you could probably hear him clicking around and sniffing. I wanted to give him a shout out.
Yeah. So just still challenge yourself and just show some love to somebody this week.
Awesome. And with that being said, I'll hopefully see you guys this Wednesday. Bye.
Bye, guys.